Hey everyone, this is Sebastian here, Candle Business Pro. In this video, I am talking all about branding. So branding's a hot topic because so many people are focused on their logo and they think that's their branding. People aren't buying from you because of your logo. So your branding is what gives your customers a reason to buy from you. And I've got 7 steps to lay out for you to make sure your branding is right so you can get those sales. So let's get into those in this video. Okay, so let's get into this. Step 1 is you've got to define your why. Why are you selling candles? What inspired you to start your candle brand? Is it you wanted just passive income? Is it because you wanted to hang out with one of your girlfriends on the weekend? Is it because you have grandkids or siblings that you want to start a business with? What's your why? Why are you doing this? Because you're going to get pulled in so many different directions as you start to scale and grow that sometimes you have to pull back and be like, wait, why are we doing this? We're at a point now, we've got 3 stores where we've got our online business that's taking off. We've got our wholesale accounts. Sometimes we have to think, wait, why are we, we're working a lot. Wait, why did we leave our 9 to 5 jobs and now working 7, 10 hour days? And, in the summertime, we work open to close 7 days a week. Why are we doing that? We got to figure out our why. And so that we can always go back and look at that and be like, wait, we're getting off track here. This isn't what we signed up for. This isn't what inspired us to start a candle business. We started our candle business to kind of have some flexibility, which we completely do, because for 6 months of the year, we get to travel, we get to do what we want to do. So we have to remind ourselves of that when we get to those stretches where we're working, 10, 12 hour or 10 or 12 days in a row. Easy. We'll easily do that because we're in a touristy area where we have to take advantage of the summer. But then in the wintertime, we can kind of slow down. We can go on trips and stuff. So define your why so that you can always look back on what inspired you to get into this business. Okay, so step number 2, know who your customer is. You've got to know who your target customer is, because if you don't know who that is, when you're done making that candle that smells fantastic, you got your wicking down right, it's burning perfect, you're so pumped about it, and then you don't have anyone to sell it to. You don't know who to sell it to. So you're going to reach out to your friends and your family, and you're going to post something on social media, but you don't know who's going to react to that because you don't know who your target customer is. So if you're trying to sell candles to everyone, you're going to sell candles to no one. And that's really how it is in any industry. You've got to have your target audience dialed in. So that's something we teach a lot about in our Candle Business Pro Inner Circle. The members there, we are always trying to refine who people's target customers, so that you know more about them. Where do they hang out at? How can I relay my branding to that customer? So figure out who your target customer, who you want it to be, and drive your whole brand around that customer. So don't try to please everyone. You can't make a luxury candle and a $10 candle. You can't, make candles that are, say, travel inspired and then also for, say, soccer moms, right? Like, you've got to know who your target customer is, right? And that is by defining what your niche is first. Understand what your niche is, then what your target audience is. I have more videos on both of those that you can dive into as well. Okay, so step 3, you have to create a unique selling proposition. What's the value? Why are people going to buy my candle instead of your candle? Why are people going to buy your candle instead of my candle? What is the that you are creating for them? Once you have your target customer that we just spoke about figured out, you can start figuring out what is going to be value to them. Are you selling to customers that prefer an eco-friendly, all soy, natural type of candle? Are you going after a vegan crowd? People like vegan candles. Are you going after a solid, very strong, hot throw? What is your unique value about your candles? And you have to really lean into that. Are you going for that minimalistic approach of a candle that can kind of fit in a multitude of spaces, or are you going for something kind of eclectic and kind of fun that, it's not going to be as many people that may want that candle, but the people that want that are going to become diehard fans because you've made something for them. So know what your value is, your unique selling proposition. What is that going to be? Then we're going to move on to step 4 is you've got to share your brand story. People don't buy products. People buy from people. Okay. So people that are going to buy this candle from me today, sure, it's going to smell good because I've created that value that they're looking for. but they're going to buy from me because I've shared my story and they want to support me. They want to support my brand. They want to support my family. That is why people are buying from, we spend our money. We all choose wisely where we spend our money. Share your brand story. When I go to a website of a small business and I go to their, say, about us section, there's nothing there. It's like, I don't know who this person is. I don't know if our values align. I don't know if what their mission is. I don't know why they're trying to sell candles. Am I helping them to raise money for an extremist organization? Like, I have no idea. I don't know anything about this person, right? Like, I want to see if we kind of align. I want to see if we have the same type of values. So that is one of the things that you've got to share your brand story. Also, in sharing your brand story, you're going to have customers that are going to relate with you and just buy from you because of that, which is fantastic. Also, one of the things that here's a tip for you. When you first are starting out, post about everything regarding your business, from late nights working, pouring candles, to the accidents that you make. If you spill stuff, share all of that with your following. It's going to grow your following, and they're going to go on this journey with you. They're going to be part of your brand with you in your story, so that when you do have products ready to sell, you've got customers ready to buy from you because they've been following you for several months and seeing the struggles that you've gone through and seeing the highs and the lows. And then, if you are, there's a lot of organizations and candle brands that will make donations to different organizations and they don't tell anyone about that. And that's certainly fine if you want to keep that private. We like to share that because we want our customers to know where the money that they are spending on us is going. So we're all about give back in our community, and we share that with our customers, and that will get them eager to buy with us again. Sure. Are we going to lose some customers? Absolutely. If our values and our missions don't align, sure, we're going to lose some customers. But for us, we gain so much more out of it. So something to do is always share your brand story and your why with your customers. Okay, so now we're on to step number 5. So step number 5 is going to be the visual branding. So that's going to be your logo. That's going to be your typography. That's going to be your color palettes, your packaging, your photography, all of that being cohesive. So that is something to spend some time on to make sure that what you pick when you first start, you're going to be able to use kind of long term. So if it's springtime and you're thinking Easter colors and things like that, that might not be the color palette you want to use year round. So start off, we have a variation of a black, and then we have obviously a white version of all of this, and then we have a gray version. That we do the basic white, gray, and black for our branding. And then we let our labeling and packaging speak for itself to really be that pop of color for us. So that's the direction we go. You can go any direction that you want to go, but just think about long term of what you're going to want to have that is going to be, when they see it, they're going to still know that it's your brand. Whether that's going to be the color palette that you choose, or just by the way your logo and word marks might be. So that's going to be the visual branding. Again, this is only one minor step of your entire brand, because people are not buying from you because of your logo or because your name's on something. So that is something to keep in mind there. So step number 6 is going to be, you have to define your brand's voice and messaging. Are you going to come across as caring? Are you going to come across as just friendly? Are you going to come off as luxury? Are you going to come across as just playful? What is the tone that you're going to set? And you have to remember to make sure that you're setting this tone inside of your product descriptions, your social media pages, your About Us page. All of these things need to have the same tone. Also, keep in mind the emails, the way you communicate with your customers. So that tone should be the same across everywhere. If you have a fun, spunky, playful brand, bright, fun colors, and you go to your website, and then I go to your social media and you're talking about this luxury bougie candle, like that's not going to match up, right? Or if you talk about value, and price point, and then I go to your website and your pricing's, it doesn't line up, that's not going to make sense. So make sure that your messaging that you're going to use, that you sit and think about that for a little bit, to make sure that you're conveying the right thing, so you're not confusing your customers. Your customers should know what they're going to get when they click on every single page on your website, and when they receive an email from you. They should know the tone of voice that you're going to use in those emails. And it's going to relate to them because you've defined who your target customer is in one of the previous steps there. Okay, so the final step in creating your brand is you have to create a memorable customer experience. So what does that mean? Not everyone has to do all the things. You can just do what is going to make sense for you and for your brand and for your customer, right? So we just don't want to confuse them. So for instance, the unboxing experience. So some people I see have note cards. They have extra little gifts that they put in there, boxes of matches. They will have a handwritten note. They'll have some nice branded tissue paper. So for us, the way we do it is we have a candle care card. We'll do a handwritten note on the back side of that. And if they spend over $100, we throw in a little branded jar of matches for them, just as an extra little thank you for them. So, and then on the outside of our packaging, we will stamp our boxes with our logo. So that's how we do it. But it goes beyond just your packaging, what they're going to receive. It's going to be all about the follow up as well. So once someone makes a purchase from you, how are you following up with them to make sure that they are happy with their purchase and that what they purchased, that they would give you a high rating on it? So following up with your customer so that they know that they're not just another transaction to you is huge for growing your brand. So okay, so that's the 7 steps that we take when it comes to branding. So in the comments below, drop me a message and let me know which of those aspects of branding that you're going to work on now that you may not have thought of previously. So if you like this video, you can like and subscribe, share, all those fun things. We greatly appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Take care.